everybody, and welcome to our week 23 and week 24 pregnancy update. Week 23 and 24. So the past 2 weeks have went by so quickly. We are well into our 6th month of pregnancy and everything is going really well, which I'm super thankful for. So baby girl this week is as long as an ear of corn, which I don't know if y'all know what an ear of corn is. It's not one of them little frozen corns you get in the frozen section. It's like a big piece of corn. So it's really, the baby's really long. So I'm super excited about that. But symptoms. So my symptoms have actually continued to improve. I'm still really tired. And y'all, this heat in Kansas has been so brutal. So like this past weekend, it was like 110 degrees outside. Like, I'm so over it. So I stay near an air conditioned or in an air conditioned car. And I try not to get out between those peak hours because it is just way too hot for me to function. So some updates. Week 23, I had a doctor's appointment and everything is progressing really well, like I said before. I had a glucose test and I actually passed the glucose test with flying colors. So basically what that means is that I have no gestational diabetes, or at least no sign of gestational diabetes. I will have to have another one here in the next couple weeks. So again, it'll check for gestational diabetes and just make sure that my blood sugar levels are in check. So the baby's heart rate is normal and my fundus measurements, which is like your belly measurements, are right on track. So I'm super excited about that. Not too small, not too big, just right on track. Let's see. I feel like this pregnancy is like speeding by. I like blink and it's like week 24. It seems like just yesterday it was like week 6 and I was puking my brains out. So I don't know if it's a second pregnancy thing and you're just so focused on your first child that you kind of don't think about your second pregnancy as much, but I just feel like this pregnancy has gone by so quickly because like I'm really only 3 weeks away from the 3rd trimester. Like I said, that's just crazy to me. So let's talk quickly about blood type. I am actually O negative, which means that I do not have the RH factor, which the RH factor is a protein on the top of your blood platelets. Most people, if you're a positive, if you're O positive, AB positive, A positive, you do have that RH factor. So since I don't have the RH factor and my husband is actually O positive, so he does have the RH factor, if my child is like my husband, and which my first daughter was, she ended up being O positive and not O negative, our blood can fight each other essentially. And so they had to do testing at my doctor's appointment just to make sure that I wasn't releasing any antibodies against my baby's blood. And further down the line, in about 3 weeks, I'll have to get a RhoGAM shot, which is basically just to prevent my antibodies from building up against the baby because it causes a lot of problems. So make sure if you are somebody that has you're O negative or A negative, B negative, whatever, make sure that you talk to your doctor about the RH negative factor, and they'll do blood tests and they'll tell you all about it. But the baby and music. So we love music, and like we love music, y'all. Like we love music. Music is like our life. So we love to expose our children to music in the womb. So what we usually do is we get some headphones and we put the headphones around my belly. Now listen, some of us got real big bellies. So if you can just get one earphone or whatever on your belly, try, because you'll really be surprised how your child interacts with the music. So my husband, he listens to a lot of gospel music. My husband is like a music lover, so he has all kinds of music, but primarily gospel music and R&B music. And so we'll play music for our baby and she gets excited and I can feel her moving all around and she kicks. It kind of makes me sick. Like I know everybody's like, oh, it's so cute, they're moving around. It does kind of make you sick because I don't know, it just feels like you're on a roller coaster. But it's really exciting to feel that she loves music just as much as we do. Speaking of kicking, oh, and of course my other daughter, like, she is like a dance machine, y'all. She dances to everything. She loves music. She makes up her own songs in the backseat of the car, and she's only 18 months, so I'm just saying, it does make a difference. But speaking of kicking, I noticed that she's very active in the morning, between usually the hours about 3 a.m. and 5 a.m. So I have a really hard time like getting in those last few hours of sleep. Those of us that go to work early, you know, those last few hours of sleep are so wonderful and so crucial. And yeah, I just don't go to sleep during those times. I'm like uncomfortable, so I'm tossing and turning a lot. And so eventually I'm just like, okay, let's just get on up. So about our daughter, Tahila, she is 18 months, like I said, and she's figured out that there's a baby in my belly. So every time she sees my belly, if it's exposed or whatever, it's baby and sister, and she's really, really excited. I don't know how excited she's gonna be when the baby gets here, because she is like shady. But for right now, she's really excited about it, and she lights up, her face gets all like bright, and she's like, baby, mama, baby, and you know, sister. Now she can't quite say the name yet, but she's working on it. If you guys don't know what the name is, I think I said it in a previous video. The baby's name that's in my belly, her name is Atara. And so Tahila, she has a hard time saying Atara, so she says Tara. So she kind of still not sure where Atara is. She knows that's her sister. She knows that I have a baby in my belly, but she just kind of hasn't connected at all. She's kind of like, when we say, where's Atara? She's like, I don't know. Like, I don't know where she's at. But yeah, so it's really exciting. So those of you that are becoming a second-time parent, it's really exciting watching your kids interact. I didn't know how to feel about it at first. I was like, oh, you know, how do you expand your heart and how do you love somebody else? But to see her love a new baby just as much as we do makes a difference. So that's it for this week. So stay tuned for our next video. Be sure to like, subscribe, and click the bell at the top to be notified of new content. As always, we love you, and we'll see you next time.